Good morning, legends. Good morning. Hello, welcome. This morning we're having this for breakfast. There's avocado, there's chicken, there's rice, there's some edamame, more or less some healthy stuff. And since I'm in Bali, I'm getting in shape. My muscles have definitely grown. Or rather, they've gone back to what they used to be. That's what I want to do now. I'm a bit at a crossroads with myself and I feel really confused, more confused about what exactly I want to do. Do I want to cut or do I want to bulk? I've tried to gain muscle mass for a year but haven't succeeded, likely because I've been training lightly to avoid injury. Because when I'm cut, I really like it, I really like how it looks, I absolutely love how it looks. However, when I'm cut like that, I realize how big a part of my body it is, but when I'm cut, I realize how big a part of my body it is. Actually, my chest, my back, my arms are not that well developed. I want to be a lot stronger, but during bulk, I don't feel good at all because I can't handle the process. I have to push through, you have to push through, and I'm really at a crossroads about what to do. I'm not really bulking, and I haven't been lifting heavy either. There's so much time, and I really want to just get in shape so I can get a bit bigger. Yeah, a big beast, I really feel what I'm doing, but we'll see, we'll see. You probably remember a while ago back when I was vlogging, I had a lot of pimples and I cleared them up. Liza recommended me something from Garnier called Bright Complete Vitamin C Face Wash Clears Clear Duo. That's what it looks like. Maybe I'll film it too. I've never felt my face this clean from anything else. After washing with the lemon scented thing, I apply it with water, leave it for a little while to absorb, and after it absorbs, it's not more than a minute. You want to see how clean it gets? The face becomes so clean that it's hard to even wash it off with water. That's how clean and light it feels. It works so well that it leaves it squeaky clean. Maybe you don't feel it, but I can hear it. Never as a child has my face been cleaner. Honestly, this is super scandalous and I always say it. Where should we go to the gym? And after we go to the gym, we'll say, Janitz, why are you washing your face before the gym? Because if you have, for example, clogged pores, look how clean my face is. Oh my God, it's so good. If you have clogged pores and you sweat at the gym and you sweat a lot, then all that gunk gets on your face and it's really dumb. And after I clean my face, because it's so clean, I forgot that after I wash my face. With this thing here, this thing right here, the Garnier nose strips from airways stick like concrete. Nothing can take them off after that. No force in the world can remove it. Once this sticks here, I could pull a truck with this thing because the skin is so clean. This thing sticks right down to the molecule on a molecular level, figuratively speaking. Of course, the patches have never been that effective. It's just that my face is so clean. Come down. It's outrageous. My face looks really good. Airways nose patches 10/4 promo code for today. 10 for premium breathing. I showed Riza my new favorite breakfast and it's something very simple but very impressive. Have you eaten? Soak the noodles, warm them with water. Well, yeah, okay, I mean, it's not the most gourmet, but it's okay, tasty. Especially with the protein, 10 out of 10. If you make oats with water, but not with regular water, with coconut water instead, it has 60 calories per 257 liters. And those are okay calories, not bad calories. You get a coconut flavor in your mouth with very few calories, not with the protein, and it turns into a porridge and it's 10 out of 10. This is unique, and let it sit for a bit, then heat it up. It needs to be heated in the microwave for a while. This is Venolin's coconut water. I stole it because he stole mine. Finally, legends, finally, I want to announce something to you that you've been waiting for months, and I know you've been waiting for it. The iStyle watches were restocked in very limited quantities. I want to tell you that our logistics center kind of messed us up and told us that all our watches sold out earlier than they actually did. And none of us decided to check how many watches were actually sold. And it turned out they told us the watches were gone earlier than they really were. After we did an inventory, we told them, yes guys, there should be at least 2 more boxes of watches with you. And it turned out that there were 250 watches inside the warehouse, but somehow they misplaced them somewhere and we weren't able to sell them. So Black Friday was supposed to end yesterday, Sunday by date, but after we found the watches, each of you has the opportunity to take advantage of our early Black Friday, both for the watches and for the glasses, which we have already restocked. That's why we're extending it. Legends, we're extending the early Black Friday so that each of you can experience the quality for iStout watches, iStout glasses, and our iStout jewelry. This early Black Friday is the most successful Black Friday we've ever had, the biggest campaign we've ever had, and thousands of Legends and iStout customers will get to experience iStout. And I can't wait to hear the feedback because I know it will be positive. And I'm so excited, I'm so proud because what's coming for iStout is getting bigger and bigger. And I can't wait for you to be a part of this whole adventure with me because I'm super excited. I mean, as someone who is building a business without investors, without partners giving me money, doing business on your own is not as easy as it seems. And people thinking that things are as easy as they look, that's not really the case, especially this year. 2026 is the year when iStout will level up in a huge way because we can finally afford it, and I'm super excited. I can't wait for you to be a part of this too. Do you remember that broken road from a vlog some time ago? This is what it looks like now. They've patched it up a bit. At this point, you can definitely get through here without any traffic jams, but all this mud is just disgusting. Our villa, for what it's worth, is on a street where there are repairs going on. Even though there are some big houses next to us, even if they build a palace, there are still repairs on this street and there's no asphalt. And yesterday it rained for a while again, and even with the little rain we had, it turned into a mess here. Flooding, the drainage system doesn't work, the drains filled up, they're full of debris. Overall, Canggu is the nicest place in Bali. Well, not in all of Bali, yeah, but it's still trash. I'm not a fan, that's exactly why. Actually, there will be some changes in my personal life, but I'll tell you about them a little later. Actually, now I'm going to talk to you a little about ADHD, since in my recent videos, someone made a comment about ADHD. How did I discover it? How was I diagnosed? What medications do I take? Why do I take them? How do they work? And I think I haven't covered mental health, especially related to ADHD, for a long time. And even though I've talked about it before, now I'll talk about it again. For the people who are watching, who haven't seen those videos, as you know, Legends, I have been diagnosed with ADHD. For people who don't know what ADHD is, it means attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It's been about 4, 5, 6 years since I was diagnosed, maybe 5 going on 6 years, something like that. And since then, these pills have always been with me. This is Concerta, which is called the European version of Adderall. Basically, it's almost the same, there's just a small difference. Adderall acts and breaks down quickly in the body, while this one works and breaks down slowly. If Adderall lasts 4 hours, this one lasts 8 hours. When I was diagnosed with ADHD, the difference was like night and day. The moment I took those pills, and since then, they've been with me in every part of my life. Because the truth is, people with ADHD also have a big problem managing their happiness. Dopamine, serotonin, and their desire to feel emotions can't be controlled. The point is that if they happen to get sad about something that's not important, they can get themselves into a kind of mini state like that, artificial depression or overthinking, and it's hard to get out of it. That's why these pills not only help with concentration and memory and with hyperactivity, but they also help with balancing hormones. Fortunately, and not just when I was diagnosed, I found a lot of answers about myself, things I had always blamed myself for my lack of concentration. Now, I'm not attentive enough, I'm not giving enough of myself, because that's what I was told. And these pills really work. But can a person get addicted to them? I wouldn't say you can get addicted to the pill itself. Maybe you'll get addicted to the silence you have in your head. From the fact that when you're, on the medication, on the Concerta, on the Darala, I just call it Darala for short. You don't have so many voices in your head. Like here, there are so many different topics spinning in your mind, and so much, as I like to say, it's like you have 40 tabs open in one browser and you're constantly switching between them. My diagnosis is that I have a lack of audiovisual concentration, and every 40-something seconds, I have a lot of concentration in my voice. Because of that, if something makes me lose my focus, I can totally forget that I did a certain action. But it will keep weighing on my mind until I get back to it. It's a bit weird. When I was diagnosed, the psychiatrist gave me, a prescription, and this prescription is for 3 pills a month to take these medicines every single day. However, there's a big however. The psychiatrist told me that this is a weapon, but a weapon he told me it's like a double-edged knife or a gun, which I can use either against my problems or against myself. And he believes that it's not good to take these pills every single day because they put a lot of strain on the nervous system, they wear out the brain. So to speak, since I'm on an amphetamine-based medication, but no, I'm not a junkie, it uses some parts of the amphetamine molecules, some salts, amphetamine salts, and that's how it's made. Yes, you can drive on this, everything is fine, you're fully conscious. It doesn't act as a stimulant, it's not like that, and it doesn't show up on tests. I have to say this because it's not like that, but with Bulgarian tests, it will probably show up. I'll have to fight it somewhere, or with a blood test after 9 months, almost always now. Has there been a period when I took it every single day? Yes, there has been a period when I took it every single day, and there are benefits to that. When you have a lot of things to do, you can focus on getting them done. What are the drawbacks of not taking breaks from it or not following a schedule? My schedule is 4 days taking it, drinking, 3 days off, 4 days you take it, 2 days you try to get the same effect naturally by getting into a routine, and 1 day is total rest. So that your nervous system doesn't get fried and you don't feel like a vegetable at the end of the day or can't work without it. What happened this year, because of 365 and 365 vlogs, is that there were many days when I didn't stop taking it. And that affected my sleep and my nervous system. I'm very sensitive, very nervous, constantly irritable. Even though nothing bad is happening in my life, I get upset over the smallest thing. And especially now in Bali, when we were sick, we got scammed in an Airbnb and things weren't the way I had planned them. I felt responsible because not just one person trusted me, not just Liza, but also Alex and Venelin. And the truth is, what was supposed to be our vacation actually turned into a bit of a misunderstanding. Because our first villa had a big problem with the walls and we had absolutely no personal space, and our second villa wasn't what it looked like in the pictures. Again, as someone who has been using Airbnb for literally 10 years, I keep my profile in good shape, I pay attention to ratings and reviews, and I'm careful when I book something. And for the first time in my entire Airbnb career, so to speak, I feel really pissed off because I've been scammed from the point of view that things are not as they seem. And the reviews are either from people who have much lower standards or from people who are just bought reviews. Because on Airbnb this can happen and can be done in a bit more of a roundabout way. Anyway, to tackle this whole thing, I had more drive so I could get my work done, so I could feel pumped, motivated, disciplined. But the truth is, it's not just now in the summer when I had some drama in my personal life. I didn't stop taking Darava back then because it kept me from feeling sad and helped me escape that sadness. And I realized that I haven't stopped Darava for a long time. The last time I decided to stop Darava for a bit longer period, not just 3 days. It was 2023, and during that period, I felt extremely good. Until the moment when I started getting into those spirals I was talking about, and I couldn't get out of depression. Back then I was living, but I was going out in Kamala. Everything was perfect. Life was woohoo. However, I felt like I was sad. Just because if one thing doesn't work out for me during the day, I start ruining my whole day because I think that nothing else will work out either. Just like that, that particular thing didn't work out. God, I want to show you how much the phone's quality changes just if I'm facing, the light. Today I stayed up, I got up early. Ever since I stopped taking Concerta, and I stopped taking Concerta because it really affects me a lot. God, it really influences me. There were days when I would go to bed and sleep for only 3 hours, tossing and turning, unable to sleep deeply, and during the day I'm very sensitive, irritated, and nervous. And even right now, we have 3 little birds bathing in our pool, and they feel like they're at the beach. Look what happened, just my luck, right at the moment when I need to show them. There's still one left. Oh, I hope I caught it. Finally, they were there. There it was. There were 3 or 4 little birds that were just bathing in the pool. This is so cool. Right now you have such an awesome yard. It's like having something like a mini jungle in your backyard because there are cats, all kinds of animals would come. You constantly hear the birds and it's really cool. It's not cool when it rains, of course, because when it rains, you hear every single drop. One and sheer in your backyard, but there's no old lady there. This is the living room. There's the pool and nothing can go through the middle. Right now you have that kind of villa, you feel like you could cut with a double-edged knife. Because if it rains for several days in a row, it's really important, you feel like the days are going to smoke inside. Such villas are completely impossible in Bulgaria. Because in Bulgaria, winter will fill up this whole thing, then it will freeze, and after it freezes, it will become trash. and you have to repair this type of villa design. If it's made just a bit smarter, it would be much better. But who am I to talk? I don't have a house, I only rent them. Oh my God, see, ADHD, I forgot what I was saying. I need to take Drow since I haven't felt well and stopped it 7 days ago. I've got enough for another 6 months, so I have more or less enough until I get back to Bulgaria, May or June. Otherwise, 6 is about 7 or 8 months with the pills, you know, the ones for drinking or not. And right now I feel so good because I can take it at night and every time. Now when I stop taking Drow for a while, the same thing happens. The first 7 to 15 days are really good. The first 7 to 10 days are really good. After the 10th day, I start to lose my focus and then I can't start thinking properly. And it's really messed up because ADHD isn't some disease that can be cured. It's a condition you deal with. I'll see how long I can go without taking Drow again to reset my body since it affects both my brain and body. Because after all, these are slow release pills that break down gradually. Me and Camo when I was in Olovato, you know, to go for a run and then I threw up out of nowhere. In my opinion, my pancreas is super stressed as well as my lungs, my liver, and I just stopped all the pills I have except for the probiotic and the Nuvikin because they're harmless with no problems, and PIA and omega-3. I've stopped all the other pills, even the ones for sleep, even magnesium, just so my body can kind of restart. I've switched to a bit more varied diet so I can get all the vitamins I'm not taking from the food itself. Now, do I believe I can last, say, a month without Darrell? No, I don't believe so because I think I'll start and get into it, but I'll do everything I can. Every single day, just a little bit, I tell myself, okay, let's see how it will be tomorrow. Let's see how it will be today so that my body can do a big reset. What are the benefits of this whole thing since, after all, a person can build up a tolerance to these pills? At one point, I felt like I was just taking them without them working. Now I take them and I literally feel like they don't work as well after the first hour, after the second hour, more like, because it takes about an hour for them to kick in. As he says, I would like to lower my dose. These are 18 memgai. And they're, you know, for the whole day, this is what they look like. They have a barcode. They're very interesting. Come on, man. Bro, iPhone 14 camera, 16 camera, fucking trash. Yeah, also 365 days, 365 vlogs. It really wore me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fool you. There are 70 days left and that's it. The truth is, I really don't feel like doing it anymore. It's not that I'm forcing myself, but I'm just tired of it. Yeah, totally. I just want to sit and talk about different topics. And that's exactly what I intend to do. Since I got so caught up in the idea of making vlogs, only vlogs and nothing else, that I'm putting myself in a box I don't want to be in and refuse to be in. I want to make a bit better type of content, especially now. I want to get out of what I've been doing. When I don't have Adderall in my system, it's the same, the benefit. I'm a bit more creative because Adderall kind of suppresses my creativity since it makes me focus so much on one thing that I only do the things I think are right. The truth is, Adderall kind of suppresses my creativity, but it boosts my efficiency. And now I want to push myself a bit more towards creativity and we'll see how that affects things. Besides, when I'm not on Adderall, it's great. It's time for a bit of a muscle phase, a phase where I train more, recover more, and I can't wait to do that too. Cutting is great because you're a bit more focused on your goals. Bulking, not so much because you're just focused on your goals and eating a bit more. No, I'm joking. It's not exactly like that, but that's how I feel. I need to talk to you a bit. It's time to stop because I really overused them this year because of all the big commitments I put on myself. Anyway, let's move on. They're recharged from Chilata. That's a little bird. She said they might be restocked, but I don't know when. Come on, I'm watching. You're just a kid.